I do notice a big difference in the way that that dancers from the Salsa Dura era, and even going back, dancers that are still around from the Palladium era, choose to express music versus dancers of today.
Los bailarines de ahora, los modernos, hacen vueltas interesantes. No digo que son malas, interesantes, pero algunas veces pierden el colorido de la música. Demasiadas vueltas. Y yo bailo más clásico. Y a mí me dicen, mira, yo tengo más de 300, 400 vueltas que puedo aplicar en el piso con mi pareja, pero no le voy a dar hard time, no le voy a dar un mal tiempo duro a ella porque ella quiere divertirse. Quiero ganarme una sonrisa de ello. Entonces hago bien simple. Y muchos me dicen, ese es Jimmy Anto. Yo pensaba que se sabía más vueltas. Lo hago simple. Pero si uno quiere darle las vueltas tanto y se olvidan de escuchar la música, es increíble. Lo hacen, pero no tienen ese sentido, ¿no? Inclusive yo cuando no hago tantas vueltas y lo paro y más cuando sé la música y las mujeres se quedan, oh, qué lindo, oh, wow, lo sienten más, es como dicen, ¿no? Más vale calidad que cantidad.
Yo, por ejemplo, no quiero hacer 2000 vueltas o no quiero hacer 2000 pasos, sino que sencillamente quiero hacer básico y hago básico, pues yo estoy bien.
And so when a dancer of today, especially a young dancer, is looking to make himself seen or make himself unique or make himself more advanced or superior to the dancer next to him, he's looking for those slightly more technically difficult ways of expressing an idea.
Well, my experience from dancing the contemporary salsa is about dancing and turning the women and turning the women. I don't see as much passion into it as I see in the videos that I've seen and what I've heard from the Palladium era. Back in the days, you used to be mostly live salsa bands performing. The percussion in the music brings the best out of every dancer. When you see a couple dancing during the Palladium era, it's like making love. They're like making love on the dance floor. They put a lot of energy and passion into it. They express themselves in such a way that you don't see these days when you go out dancing salsa. You know, wherever you go around here these days dancing salsa, it's totally different. It's about turning the women and more turn and more turn and more turn. They don't indulge themselves and relax and try to feel the percussion, feel the rhythm, feel the music.
The younger couple, most likely, when a fast tempo and more upbeat tempo comes on, they'll dance it, they'll probably dance it well. But the minute something older, something, with a softer tempo or, some montun or something like that, they're gonna shy away from it because they don't know. Or if they attempt it, unfortunately they're gonna, follow the same steps they have been taught.
When you play certain songs, the younger generation won't dance to them. As you have the older crowd, example charanga. When do you ever hear charanga music played in a club?
It's very difficult to express slower music. It is very, very advanced in terms of dance. It is very, very sophisticated to deal with space in music as a dancer. It is very elementary when you don't have that space. You can jump around like a maniac and people, because you're moving fast, it's kind of exciting. But to have the ability to deal with space in music and to deal with the slower stuff, it is not an easy thing, and I think something that younger dance students will shy away from. I've heard people say it's a cha-cha, wait for a salsa to come on. And part of that is because they know they're not going to be as impressive because that space exists in the music and you have to deal with that. You're going to have to now fess up to deal with that. You're talking about youth and you're talking about energy and you're talking about ADD and you're talking about lots of pent-up muscular force. And then you're talking about on the other end, a couple that has lived life and that energy has settled and they don't have to do the same things that the younger couple has to do to express themselves. When I teach dance, I always refer to the old man in the Kung Fu movies. The old man with the long mustache and the long eyebrows, he would lift his hand and people would fall down. And then the young bald guy, with the little dots on his head, he was jumping all over the place and, You know, he's beating people up, but he has to do so much more as a young person who doesn't understand yet in order to express the thing that the old man does in a small gesture. And a small gesture means so much and expresses so much, whether it's because that's all they can do or because they've refined the expression of that feeling to that one gesture. And the young couple is still trying to figure it out. When I first started dancing, I had to dance the entire night to get it out of my system. As I become more proficient and as I become more adept at expressing myself, because it ultimately becomes this psychological, it's art, you are trying to get a feeling out. And the better you do that, the more relieved you feel that that feeling, that emotion has been released, it's been drained.